Well, I spent last night trying to dump me bird, but she were clinging to me leg like an homesick turd. Hey y'all, welcome back, and this is my steed for the weekend. This is the Triumph Tiger 800 XRX. Now this machine here, I've rather than take it out for a test ride, I've actually rented it for the weekend. Purpose being, I'm taking a bit of a road trip down to see a buddy of mine in the Hampshire area of the UK, and I was going to maybe ride my Tuono down, which probably won't be the most comfiest of rides, but it would have done it. But I'm kind of thinking, as I've been explaining in my last couple of videos, I'm thinking of getting a second bike for using day to day to do some touring on. Now this bike has been popping up on my radar ever since I sort of went into a Triumph dealership and had a look at one. So I thought, well, I'll rent it and I'll spend a bit of time on it rather than just going out for a quick couple of hours, because as I've also explained in the past, I have an issue regarding my shoulder, which the more comfier riding positions tend to aggravate it a little bit, which is why I tend to find sports bikes a bit more comfortable, which is a bit of an odd statement, I know, but I've thought, well, if I rent this, if I go and do a 500 or 600 mile round trip and go and see my buddy with some riding around the roads down in Hampshire, I will have something of an idea whether or not the adventure style bike will work with my disability, for want of a more apt description. So I thought, if this machine works well, then pretty much any of the shortlist that I have in mind will work well. Top of this shortlist is of course a Triumph Tiger XRX, the more road focused version of the Triumph Tiger range, rather than the XCX, which is a bit more for off-road than on-road, whereas this will do light off-road but not much more than that. But let's face it, these things spend 99% of the time on the roads anyway, so it might as well be 99% road focused. But that being said, this is a late 2014, so it's the current model. It is the 2015 model of the marque, and as such has all the toys, electronic gizmos, the cruise control, heated grips, all that kind of stuff. So basically this would be what I would be looking at, and it's I've ridden it for about 4 miles now just to get it here, so I could get my camera out and stuff. And yeah, it feels quite comfy. Obviously from going from riding the Tuono is a noticeable drop in power, but I kind of like that, because you ride the Tuono, you kind of feel like you have to go fast everywhere, whereas on this has got plenty of torque that it'll pull top gear from 6 to 20 miles per hour and go straight up to top speed. It's got enough torque that it gets off the mark nice and briskly, so far as I can see. One thing I've found is that screen I've got on its high setting, and it directs the wind straight into my face, and I've got wind noise like you wouldn't believe, so I'm going to try and drop that and pitch it back a bit, just to rather than it pitching the wind in my face, I'd just rather it pitched it into my chest and save me a bit of ear damage on the way down, because it is a 250 odd mile trip to my mate's house from here. So this is the 2015 Triumph Tiger 800 XRX as ridden by yours truly, and I'll do a little bit of a talky bit as I'm riding it, and I'll do a little, by the end of the weekend I'll put together a little bit of a review of this bike and what I think of it. So catch up with you shortly. Oh, sounds nice, like the usual Triumph triple. Goes into gear very nice. It's very smooth pulling off, and the low speed handling is really good, and as is the low speed fueling. It surprised me how good it is, in fact, considering it's fly by wire. It just all seems so very light and agile. I mean, it's about 200 kilos this bike, but it carries the weight really well. I just noticed though, you know, it's probably just because I'm used to much more power than this, that it's not got as much torque as I would like. But no, it's a very smooth bike on first impression. The throttle is so light. It's like a quick fire. It's almost frictionless. It's really good. Actually, it's just so nice to pull off. You know, it's all not very hurried, but you just get the impression that, you know, if you used to get used to this bike, it'd be a bit more spirited. But she clips along nicely, you know, and no, I'm getting used to it. She's very nice. Yeah, very nimble, very light on the steering, and I quite like how these bars are not too wide either, because you can just nip in between things like this. It's be a good town bike. This, you know, if you were commuting or you lived in a very urban environment, this would do quite well, because you've got a nice high seating and a nice commanding view, and the brakes are quite good too. I think they're missing twin pots, so you're not getting your exotic Brembo brakes here, but it doesn't feel like it needs it really. It stops quite well, goes quite well, fits between traffic quite well. I think this would be quite a good town bike. What it would be like long distance, I've yet to see, because I'm on at the beginning of the journey. But no, it's very nice. I've got a nice day for it here. It's actually quite sunny in England for a change. It does make a change, because this summer has been a complete washout. But no, it's very nice, very nice. I'm enjoying this. It's very comfy. Alright, 95 horsepower, 79 foot-pound of torque, I believe, or could be 79 newton meters. I'm not entirely certain, but so not unlimited bags and bags of torque, but enough to be going on with. She's all right. I'm liking this. So just head out of town towards the motorways. Just have a nice bimble down south and see how we go. So we've got a bit of motorway. Let's the beginning of about 200 miles of motorway, I think this. So holding 70 miles per hour at a steady 5,000 RPM. So this cruise control. I press the button, and that's out. Why is it not working? Right, so it's in. Right, no, it's not doing it. Is it out? No. I have to press the top button. That's the bottom button. Oh, I like it. Hey, oh, it feels really good. That I like this. This is really nice. So you can knock it up incrementally by 1 miles per hour. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, it's really nice. You know what, I think cruise control is definitely the way forward. But this is really, really nice. As if I can imagine if this did aggravate my shoulder or cause me any discomfort, you just put cruise control on and rest your arm for 10 minutes. It's really good. Just holding a nice steady speed. In fact, it'll be really, really good through the variable speed limits in the middle of Birmingham as the motorway goes through the Midlands. You could just set it. Yeah, we're about an hour in now, and I've come to a conclusion that cruise control is an absolute must. Yeah, I'm afraid it is. It's just one of those things. It's now wiped out probably more than half of my shortlist, because it's just so useful. You can just trim your speed a bit to the traffic conditions. Yeah, I like this. This is really useful. So yeah, you can just sort of match the speed of the vehicle in front of you per miles per hour. And the bikes, it doesn't react straight away. There's a bit of a lag, and it doesn't like throttle up
quite quickly, but it just moves you up to the speed that you've chosen, and yeah, it's just really good. So essentially this now basically wipes out the Yamaha MT-09 because that doesn't have it, the Kawasaki Versys 1000, and that doesn't have it, neither does the Kawasaki Z1000 SX. So on my shortlist, the only thing that does have it is the S1000 XR and the R1200 GS. And there's an outside, the Ducati Multistrada, which doesn't seem to appeal to me. I'm not that keen on V-twins, but I'll give it a go. But yeah, but pretty much in a nutshell, this has just completely left me with only 3 sort of viable options on my shortlist. Because this is now an absolute must. This cruise control is the way forward. And I wouldn't know, I can't understand why you just wouldn't have it on a bike with a fly-by-wire throttle. It's really good. Yeah, so it's going well so far. It's nice and comfy. Cruising along, doing 58.5 miles per gallon at 70 mph. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all for a mid-weight bike. If you take it up to 80, that drops down to 53.4 on an average, but it's still considerably higher than what I'm used to. So yeah, I'm liking this. This is quite pleasant. Traffic's starting to slow down now as I've finished on the motorways on the M4, so I'm now on the sort of A roads heading just north of Newbury, and I've been going nearly 3 hours now. Traffic's been quite hard going, there's been several roadworks, but my backside isn't numb. The one thing about this XRX, it comes with the comfort seat as standard, and it is comfortable. I've kind of got used to it. It was a bit numb at first, but as I've sort of bedded it in through the last couple of hours, it seems to have got increasingly more comfortable. But the seat comes in 2 parts, between the pillion and the main rider seat. But where the two are joined, there's sort of metal ridges in the seat, and as I like to sit a little bit further back, the small of my back is digging into the back of the seat, so I've got to make sure I sit like about an inch forward than I would actually like to. But that's a matter of just getting used to it, I would imagine. Yeah, because it doesn't feel too bad. Now we get a chance to check out this machine's filtering as traffic seems to be slowing down for something ahead. This is quite easy. These narrow bars make this much more easy. Breathe in. And if I go quiet, it's just because I need to concentrate a little bit. Yeah, this is very confidence inspiring. It's a bit of a must on a touring bike, is the ability to filter, and this is where things like the 1200 GS and the S1000 XR, things like that with wide bars would probably not do as well, because these bars are quite narrow, and obviously it would have panniers on if I was touring, but as it is now, quite confidence inspiring this to give me a start. Coach getting out of the way there, that was nice of him. Yeah, feels much more confidence inspiring in the filter than my Aprilia does. Is that what everyone's slowing down for? It's because someone's getting a ticket at the side of the road by the fence. Bloody hell, rubbernecking. Perhaps that's all it was. Everyone just slowing down because there's a police motorbike at the side of the road. Just go the speed limit, you've nothing to worry about. Oh no, there is a hold up ahead. Oh well, more filtering for me then. And and I don't think Captain Rambunctious would mind too much if I steal his song, his filtering song, which goes something like filtering, filtering, filtering along, filtering, filtering. This is Captain Rambunctious's filtering song. Ha! Excellent, excellent. See, filtering on me 2 hours was a very stressful affair, but this is actually quite nice. Yeah, these nice narrow bars. The lovely throttle action. Really got used to it on the way down, and it's something I'll quite miss. Yeah. And a little bit tight back there. And what's going on up here now? What is this, roadworks or something? I think there's some roadworks very far ahead. It seems that this is all kind of holiday traffic heading down to the south coast or the docks, I think, something like that. I mean, I'm heading towards Southampton, so I suppose we're all heading towards the car ferries, but very heavy traffic today. It has been all the way down. This is normally only a 4-hour journey, and I've been going, 5.5 hours already. This is saving me quite a lot of time. If I'd come down in my car, I'd have been stuck in all of this. That lane off to the left looks clear, which is probably a filter lane, but I think it might be time for Operation Take the Piss. Yes, instigate Operation Take the Piss. Taking the piss in 3, 2, 1, take the piss. Ha! See you later, suckers! All queuing like suckers. Go on, Fiat, get out of the way. There's piss to be taken here. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, this bike is excellent at filtering. I like it. This is a big plus. Oh, yes. Very confidence inspiring. Yes, we like it. You're probably gathering that I like this. Marvellous. Well, I'm not that far away from my buddy's house now, so I've done just shy of 250 miles in about a little over 5 3/4 hours, and yeah, I was a little bit as much as the bike felt nice when first started, it's improved on me, it really has, and this is kind of proving my hypothesis that maybe an hour, 2-hour test ride isn't quite enough to get the full appreciation of a machine, and this has only cost me £125 UK to rent this bike for a 24-hour period, and okay, Mr. German cow, you're only in front of me because I let you. Yes, might have to get a bit of British Triumph spunk up here in a minute. Oh yes. No, I'll let you be while I talk. Yeah. So yeah, what's there to like about this machine? Well, it's very light handling. It's got really good brakes. They're not massively sharp, they're not massively strong, but they stop the bike briskly enough, and they demodulate very well. So you feel like you can really haul them. As you can see, it gets up and goes when you want it to. Yeah, there's a lot to like about this bike. It's smooth. The engine is absolutely creamy smooth. The gearbox is slick. It doesn't clunk. It's very positive. It goes into neutral very easy, which is always a bonus. I think all I'd need to do is maybe adjust the gear lever and the brake lever a little bit just to suit my foot position. She corners really well, although I think I'd take these Pirelli Scorpions, whatever they're called, these kind of hybrid half road, half off-road tyres. I think I'd probably take them off straight away, sell them on eBay and put a set of Battle Axe T30 Evos or Pirelli Pilots on, or something like that. It's more of a sports touring for the road tyre, because that's where it's going to live. Because the front end felt a little bit vague on a few roundabouts, but I'm putting that down to the tyre. But it's comfortable, it's covered the thick end of 6 hours, and I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel like I could go on now for another couple of 100 miles, so it's got real all-day appeal. You can fit luggage all over it, more than you'll need, or at least enough that you'll take all your creature comforts with you. And it gets up and goes, and does so with very, very, very good gas mileage. I was getting nearly 60 miles to a gallon. If you can be bothered riding at 50 miles per hour, 55 miles per hour, it'll return 70 plus miles per gallon. But it'll just take you all day to get anywhere. But if you were on a nice touring holiday, and that's what was on your itinerary, i.e. going somewhere nice and taking your sweet damn time about it, you'll do it very cheaply compared to other bikes. So yeah, it's really piquing my interest now, this machine. I don't know what it'd be like two up with the lack of, well, I won't say lack of space, I'm sure there's plenty of space on the bike, but it's not quite as big as a GS or the 1215 version of this bike, which I really don't like the look of, because it's really, really too wide. And part of the reason why I want a bike like this is not only just a tour on, but also to use day to day when the weather's not very nice for me, Aprilia, and use it year round, you know, just use it as a runaround. So I don't want too much weight to be hauling in and out of the storage, you know. I want it to be able to be practical, whereas a lot of these big 1200 tourers are huge things, they only weigh so much, and you've got to lug them around. Great when they're going, but nah. I mean, I have ridden a big GS and I did enjoy it. I might have to revisit it just for the sake of you know, research, but I'm not overly bothered, and this little thing's really good. Recently read an article about some young lad who is only 24 years old, and he's ridden one of these, albeit the XC version rather than the XR. He's ridden one around the world. He's done 56,000 miles on it, and it's not ever once broke down. It's had its usual services, and that's all it's needed. You know, the guy's like done 56,000 miles and 51 capitals of the world, and he's done it all on one of these. You know, so that goes to prove you don't need the big massive engines just to go on big long tours. This will do it quite well. So top of my radar at the minute, this viewers, and if you're interested in a bike like this, I would heartily recommend that you do what I do and rent one and just go out for the day on it. Don't, you know, take hours and hours on it, see if it fits you and see if it suits you. But I like it. So until next time, I will see you later.